Hello, Michael here, looking at Psalms 62 for our meditation, specifically verse 4 through to 7. The psalm, which may be subtitled, My Soul Waits for God Alone. And we're going to read then the first 7 verses. Verse 1. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a bowling ball shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. Verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Selah. Verse 5. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. Verse 6. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. And verse 7. In God is my salvation and my glory. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in God. So we turn to the treasury of David for the exposition. Verse 4 that had read, They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouths, but they curse inwardly. Selah. They only consult to cast him down from his excellencies. The excellencies of the righteous are obnoxious to the wicked, and the main object of their fury. The elevation which God gives to the godly in providence or in dispute is also the envy of the baser sort, and they labor to pull them down to their own level. Observe the concentration of malice upon our point only, as here set in contrast with the sole reliance of the gracious one upon his Lord. If the wicked could but ruin the work of grace in us, they would be content. To crush our character, to overturn our influence, is the object of their consultation. They delight in lies, hence they hate the truth and the truthful, and by falsehood endeavor to compass their overthrow. To lie is base enough, but to delight in it is one of the blackest marks of infamy. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Flattery has ever been a favorite weapon with the enemies of good men. They can curse bitterly enough when it serves their turn. Meanwhile, since it answers their purpose, they mask their wrath, and with smooth words pretend to bless those whom they would willingly tear in pieces. It was fortunate for David that he was well practiced in silence, for to cozying deceivers there is no other safe reply. Selah. Here pause, and consider with astonishment the futile rancor of unholy men, and the perfect security of such as rest themselves upon the Lord. Verse 5. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. And Spurgeon writes, My soul, wait thou only upon God. When we have already practiced a virtue, it is yet needful that we bind ourselves to a continuance in it. The soul is apt to be dragged away from its anchorage, or is readily tempted to add a second confidence to the one sole and sure ground of reliance. We must therefore stir ourselves up to maintain the holy position which we were at first able to assume. Be still, silent, O my soul. Submit thyself completely. Trust immovably. Wait patiently. Let none of thy enemies' imaginings, consultings, flatteries, or maledictions cause thee to break the king's peace. Be like the sheep before her shearers, and like thy Lord, conquer by the passive resistance of victorious patience. Thou canst only achieve this as thou shalt be inwardly persuaded of God's presence, and as you wait solely and alone on Him. Unmingled faith is undismayed. Faith with a single eye sees herself secure, but if her eye be darkened by two confidences, she is blind and useless. For my expectation is from Him. We expect from God because we believe in Him. Expectation is the child of prayer and faith, and is owned of the Lord as an acceptable grace. We should desire nothing but what would be right for God to give. Then our expectation would be all from God. And concerning truly good things, we should not look to second causes, but to the Lord alone. And so again, our expectation would be all from Him. The vain expectation of worldly men come not. They promise, but there is no performance. Our expectation are on the way, and in the due season will arrive to satisfy our hopes. Happy is the man who feels that all he has, all he wants, and all he expects are to be found in God. Verse 6 that reads, He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense, I shall not be moved. He only is my rock and my salvation. Alone and without other help, God is the foundation and completion of my safety. We cannot too often hear the toll of the great bell only. Let it ring the death knell of all carnal reliances, and lead us to cast ourselves on the bare arm of God. He is my defense, not my defender only, but my actual protection. I am secure because He is faithful. I shall not be moved, not even in the least degree. See how his confidence grows? In the second verse, an adverb qualified is quiet. Here, however, it is absolute. He altogether defies the rage of his adversaries. He will not stir an inch, nor be made to fear even in the smallest degree. A living faith grows, experience develops the spiritual muscles of the saint, and gives a manly force which our religious childhood has not yet reached. Verse 7 that reads, In God is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength, and my refuge is in God. In God is my salvation and my glory. Wherein should we glory but in Him who saves us? Our honor may well be left with Him who secures our souls. To find all in God and to glory that it is so is one of the sure marks of an enlightened soul. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in God. He multiplies titles, for He would render much honor to the Lord whom He had tried and proved to be a faithful God under so many aspects. Ignorance needs but few words, but when experience brings a wealth of knowledge, we need varied expressions to serve as coffers for our treasure. God, who is our rock when we flee for shelter, is also our strong rock when we stand firm and defy the foe. He is to be praised under both characters. Observe how the psalmist brands his own initials upon every name which he rejoicingly gives to his God. My expectation, my rock, my salvation, my glory, my strength, my refuge. He's not content to know that the Lord is all these things. He acts faith towards Him and lays claim to Him under every character. What are the mines of Peru or Golconda to me if I have no inheritance in them? It is the word my which puts the honey into the comb. If our experience has not yet enabled us to realize the Lord under any of these consoling titles, we must seek grace that we may yet be partakers of their sweetness. The bees in some way or other penetrate the flowers and collect their juices. It must be hard for them to enter the closed cups and mouthless bags of some of the favorites of the garden. Yet the honey gatherers find or make passage, and in this they are our instructors. For into each delightful name, character, and office of our covenant God, our preserving faith must find an entrance, and from each it must draw delight. Yes, indeed. So sweet is the written word. So many explanations, so many expositions, so much tangibility as we read the Word of God. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be